Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul, and this channel to go over things that I am curious about and things that I've looked into, I like to share. So with today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of sharing your story, and this comes from the meeting that I was in yesterday. So the meeting that I was in yesterday, two guys shared their stories, and they just impacted me tremendously. And I wanted to hop on here and record this and talk about that for a second. Because one of the things that I'm doing with this channel is simply sharing my story and sharing my journey. And if you guys knew, what was it? I think like a month and a half ago. No, it was 2 months ago now. I think it was 2 months ago. Yeah, the beginning of March. I even encouraged a few other of my friends to do like 100-day challenges after James Lawrence's 100 Ironmans in 100 days. And one of them is actually doing it right now, which is really cool that he's been on that grind and on that journey. That's been really rewarding. But the two guys on Monday that I had a conversation with, or one of the guys I just listened to, the other guy I had a conversation with, I want to share those real quick and encourage you guys to end up sharing your own as well. So with the first guy, he had been doing calisthenics for quite a while, and was ending up, competing on like a world stage. He got famous really quick. He just excelled really, really quick. Just this one time, it was late at night, and he was racing Buddy pretty much. And long story short, gets a huge injury in his ribs, takes him out for a while, makes him question a lot of things, gets back into it, whole lot of stuff. But anyways, very impactful story on just his whole journey with calisthenics and fame and his walk with God, and just all of what that entails. And I was like, man, this is pretty impactful. And he talked about, okay, he was nervous to share, etc., but I just really appreciated him being willing to share. And then there was one other guy. We got into some smaller groups after that. There was one other guy who was talking about his story. And he was saying that he was locked up for 10 years. And then now these past 3 years, he's been out, and he's, on his grind now. He's starting his own business. And, he was just talking about all of that. And so I talked with him a little bit afterwards. We were just chatting. And so he continued to share more of a story with me. He showed me, a little bit of the things that he was working on. And I just got so encouraged. As we were leaving, I was kind of hyping him up a little bit, saying, keep going. I love what you're doing. And this is just ultimately what it really comes down to. I think a lot of people think people only listen to them and watch them when they are a big shot, or when they have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. It's like, no, this is where the journey starts. The journey starts with telling the people around you. The journey starts with being willing to even be able to share your stuff online, being willing to even put anything out there. And as many people as I have tried to encourage with putting things out there, way less do. And I can only think that the biggest reason for not is either one, not having a belief that their story is worth sharing, or that they have anything of value to give. Some people genuinely don't believe that. Or the other side of it is those people who do believe it, they're scared for XYZ reason. It could be a whole slew of things. It could be external, it could be internal, whatever the reasons may be. They know they have something to share. They know it's a good opportunity, but they're just a little bit scared too. So whichever boat you find yourself in, if you have not started sharing your story yet, even take these videos. I'm not editing. I'm not doing anything. I'm simply pressing record and uploading. Use this and just go share your story. I guarantee you there's somebody out there who needs to hear your story. This is one of the things that I'm most passionate about, because most of the time the people that are on YouTube, if they're going to find these small little YouTubers anyways, they're deep in the YouTube hole. They're searching for something. And if you just start sharing your story, most likely you're going to end up connecting with someone. So my encouragement to you is go out there, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, whatever it would be, go out there, start sharing your story, and see where it goes from there. I think it's really important to know your motives from the beginning, and I think it's really helpful to probably just have the only intention of sharing your story, not the intention of getting famous, getting rich, any of those other things. Just start sharing your story and seeing what type of community that you can build, because ultimately, whenever we share our story with the people around us in person, we don't have any, I would hope we don't have any other motive other than to just say, hey, this is what's going on in my life. Sharing this so you guys can get to know me a little bit better, and then other people tend to reciprocate. And then it kind of just builds community. So starting off with that intention and with that in mind can be great and do wonders for you. So that is my encouragement to you tonight. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one.